I will call you back to another video lecture on C++ programming language, and in this video lecture we'll go ahead and look at static storage class. So don't be a time you want to restrict a constant or a variable just for the purpose of which it is meant, then you go ahead and use static to hold that. You can do that on local variables, and you can do that on global variables. So when you use that on local variables, it means that that class will only be used, or that variable will only be used for that function where it is meant. If you do that for a local variable on the main function, that means it is applicable just only on the main function. If you do that for the global variable, it is applicable just only for that which it is meant for. It cannot be changed. Okay, so during the lifetime of the program, so when instead of creating and destroying all these, the compiler will not need to do that. It's no need to create and destroy the variables during the comparison. Alright. So this is the essence of using a static to hold some of the variables you're going to use. Okay, let me say for instance, I'm going to create a variable, and I'm going to create a variable outside the main function. Then I'll go ahead and create a function. I'm going to call the function right inside the main function. Okay. So for me to do that, I'll go ahead and say static. So we have that static as a function right inside C++. Okay. So I say static int x is equal to static int x equal to 5 press semicolon. So this is a global variable because it is outside the main function. Then I can create any other function outside this function. Let me say void mega. Alright, so void mega, and this is void, it's not returning anything, so I can leave it empty. Then I'll go ahead and create, let me say a variable right in here. Let's say static y is equal to 2 and place semicolon at the end. Static y is equal to 2 and place semicolon at the end, and y increment and place semicolon. Then I can go ahead and say std. Then I'll go ahead and go out. So out, I'm going to say, that yx is equal to yx equal to this. And what is x? X. Alright. So yx equal to this, put a comma. Alright. That is not really put a comma there. Then can put a comma or you leave it. Y is or y equal to, so I want to increment 1 and decrement 1. Okay. So I will be incrementing 1, and then I'm going to decrement 1. So y equal to y. So the value of y will print it right there, and then go ahead and end line, and that is all. Remember it's static, so std. Okay, so that is okay. So now, this is a function outside the main function. I'm going to call this function right inside the main function, and to call that, go ahead and so go ahead and put escape character so that this moves to the next line, and then I'll go ahead and use a while loop. I've not touched about loop system, so I'm going to teach you about that, okay? So I'm going to say Y, and I'll go ahead and say Y, X, decrement, okay? So Y, X, decrement, then Y should increment. So for me to do that, go ahead and call the function mega. So put a semicolon at the end, and it returns 0. So you can see that I have been able to create a simple function that calls in the function inside the main function. This is a function void mega, and it's called right inside the main function. So let's go ahead and run this code and check out and know if that is going to work fine. So this is the static int y, and not static y, static int y. Because it's integer variables, okay? But it is static in nature, alright? So let's go ahead and check it out. So static storage class, because by default x is equal to 5. Alright, so it starts from 5 and move to 4 down to 0. And then y was 2. So it starts from 2, it starts to increment to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see that? So the static variables cannot be changed. Okay, so anytime I call them and it plus your core, it will bear just exactly the same thing. Alright? So this is all about static storage class. Go ahead and put it down on your system and check it out. I'm going to still look until storage classes in the next video lectures, please. But put this down on your system first of all, and then move over to the next lecture and check it out. In case you have any question here, please use the question and the answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.